Good day, Wilco van Bokstel here, TradeReact.com. Hope you had a great weekend. We're ending the month of August coming week. So what I want to do is a quick scan, go over my pairs on the daily and 4-hour chart and see where we're at, what is possible room for pairs to move. And that is what we're gonna do in this weekly quick scan of TradeReact.com. Thanks for joining in. Here you have disclaimer. Here we have my charts. The Aussie cat. We see here price has moved in the moving averages. Wicks to the upside. You can zoom in, you can see it here. On the 4-hour, we see price moving lower, bouncing up, finding some resistance here, drop off, been ranging since, so as it looks bearish on the daily, can peak quickly at the weekly. You see it's up, so it's come from those highs. Closed bullish rejected, so we can go both ways. What I would say, we're still in this range. I would look to the downside to make something like a double bottom from here. Watch closely if we close below the low here, 89,260. And then we can have a nice move down into 09780 and perhaps lower, but that's the first thing to look for on Aussie CAD. Next up, Aussie Yen. We've been moving lower. Lately we had here in July some spike down, retracement up. Price a bit consolidating here. The weekly we're still trending lower. So not yet a set up here. I would look here at the 7780 if it retraces like this again, to look for some selling opportunities. Let's see at the 4-hour. Prices are above the moving averages in the medium turn, so I would not sell this, but would look at the higher prices, 770, 80, or just below, to see if there is some development like this here, double tops. That would signal a down move. Okay, Aussie Kiwi. Quickly the weekly. We just broke below these lows here and here. Can draw in those lines. We have some price rejection there. And here, so if we look at the daily, we broke through that. We see we have before been below that, ranging, and had some movement there. Now again, after this dip, came back up, double topped, moved back down, so there is a possibility of some retracement here. And I would look at the 105 level here for possible sell opportunities. Let's see at the 4-hour. There has been some bullish action here after this move lower. Now coming into the momentum moving averages. Seen some bullishness here, some rejection end of the week, but it still can signal some bullish price action as long as it stays above momentum, retracing higher. You can draw this in as some helping guide, but also it can just hover like above the 104 So above 104, I would look for retracement into the 105-ish. If it breaks below, close below, then we're going down on the Aussie Kiwi. Hope that helped. Aussie US dollar. I see I've already done 5 minutes. So, or I might move quicker. Think that's what I will do. Or I need more time and you won't watch this whole video. Perhaps leave a like and comment below the video. So I might do some other shows and interaction with you guys and girls to be able to cover everything I want to tell and you want to know. So just cramping it in right now was a bit of a test. Start with the Aussie. You see we get a long list of pairs that I watch. So I want to make this maximum of about 15-20 minutes, I think. So let's get on. Aussie US dollar weekly. Have kind of a double topping here. RSI showing a bit of divergence, lower high, and here also marginal lower high on price. We might be turning lower. It's still respecting here some uptrend, retracement. So that's to keep an eye on. Daily, big bearish candle. So we might move lower. First targets here around 0.75 or 57 here, so, and lower. On the 4 hour it's better visible. Can possibly look at some retracement levels around previous price action or perhaps a fib. 38 lining up around 0.76 here for momentum sell short into the next level. Keep an eye on that. I would stop for the details. I need to give some webinars for more details to my members perhaps later. So CAD Yen weekly, bit retracing it seems after this push down, retracement up, coming back from these lows. Still in a downtrend though. So here we have those lows. Daily bouncing a bit around there, bit close to weak with a higher low here. RSI also confirming that, so we might get a bit of a bounce higher. Watching recent price here around 97, sorry, and perhaps higher into previous levels, perhaps in the 80 level with those bounces from back here and here. So that's the first kind of area to watch. 4 hour. See, we have some small hurdles to overcome here, but as this closed higher on the week, it looks good for some move higher on the Canada Yen. Okay, I'm 9 minutes in, so I'm not able to cover all. What I'm gonna do is close up with the most important pairs. I think you're not so much watching the exotics, so let me highlight some majors and then wrap it up with oil and gold and SP, as I normally do in my webinars. So euro pound, I did a forecast a month ago or at least a few weeks ago for parity on this pair, so it did quite well since then. I guess it was since it's around here somewhere. In the move down, I was looking for a base and a move higher. It was on FIP structure, and it's playing out real nice now. It's hard to re-enter because of this such volatile moves, as you can see here on the weekly even. So you can imagine the daily. He had some move here, 11:30. 11:30. So this might have been an A, B and a CD pattern that's coming back down to retrace. It came back down into the dark blue line, so then we have a big gap to retrace into. So possibly retracement action. Is it visible here on the daily? Higher high, and RSI shows a lower high. So we might have some retracement here on hands. Weekly level, that would be around 82 here, probably just above. Think more in this general area. As we look at this area, price congested below, went above and broke again. When price drops, the line would move into that area. It's also here the previous price action level, so it might be a tad higher, but I'll leave it there for now. As you can see, the daily close bearish below the momentum. 4 hour also below momentum, so looks great area to sell. Markets are about to open in about 5 minutes from here. So on any retracement, I think it's nice to look for a sell. Unless we get something aggressive green like here, then I would rather be looking for buys. But until that happens, the longer term looks good to look for some retracement on the euro pound before the next big move happens. Euro US dollar. It's hard. I've been trading more exotics lately because of the majors not doing the best price patterns overall. So this also coming back is ranging for months, weeks. We've come into such price action, but what I tend to see on euro dollar, it is not doing that on the longer term, so we should go on to the lower time frames to trade this more respectably. You see also it comes real selective here with price above, spike high, test, test, and now a small test. So it's really hard to pinpoint any of these areas. Perhaps there are some FIP levels in play. So I'm not favoring to trade this at all. It looks bearish, so we could test here the 110 again. What is it? The 111. The 111. And then perhaps the 110. So on any retracement higher, it looks good to sell against the previous highs. So that's my story on the euro dollar. Nothing else there for now. We can look into more details perhaps in another webinar, but for now this is the setup you can work with. Alright, pound. I'm in 14 minutes, so need to hurry a bit. This is near the lows. Pound after the big drop, of course, as we know. That was here in 2016, not to be conflicting with this one. That was much bigger in 2008-9, but this guy was also big here. Here you see that gap drop off. We got some divergence here on the daily. A low test on the daily and a higher low on the RSI. But for now, for me, it's still ranging a bit, although it's crossed above momentum here. So that is making me a bit enthusiastic to see a bounce retrace higher. So we'll keep a close eye on that. Not forcing anything, because here on the 4 hour we're conflicting already, breaking below momentum. So we need to see continuation above this 32.50 high here to see more retracement. If not, I think we're gonna retest lower levels, like here the pivot 130.50. Perhaps going into that first and then perhaps lower. Back into the range for triple bottom perhaps. It's still possible on the pound US dollar. Further on, Kiwi, showing you a monthly coming up into some resistance here, 0.74. This is the only thing I can tell you right now in this time, because I want to keep the movie short. Weekly, also some resistance here, 0.73. Daily, remember it's all moving up higher, but it's getting into some resistance zone. We see no clear rejection here, double topping, but no divergence, or just a slight one. So I would be cautious to trade it just blindly. Never do that, of course. Watch a bit of these price levels. Probably a bit of a channel, and we need to see really what price does around this 0.70 230, or just into this line of incoming support, if it bounces or if it breaks, and then we take our next decision on the Kiwi US dollar. Dollar CAD, monthly has been in a bearish drop, this up move, bearish drop. I was looking for some breakage of this line into the lower level to test, but it's a bit uncertain now, so I'm still watching that kind of trend line I got here that broke and retested, but it came back higher than I wanted to be to favor a clear retest. It's still ranging here, the lines are flat as you can see, so I'm now cautious if price will stay above this trend line and close above it for a move higher, or if it will return below it to get this continued fall lower. Here you see it on the daily. We closed with a bullish rejection candle. No, that's not the thing to favor on this retest. So keep that in mind. If it closes above, we're looking for the highs here and perhaps higher. So unless we see some upcoming failure here below hovering, move lower. Be wary of that dollar CAD. 18 minutes in, dollar yen. Monthly. Coming into some test levels here. And that important level. Weekly, also testing, hovering still around it. Close below it and rejected above it, still moving lower. Daily. Is there a setup, a bit of a bullish divergence here on the RSI? So we might look for a price to move around this 100 level, which is of course important, where it bounced from with a real green candle. So we might see some continuation bullish here, bouncing from that double bottom up again into the 105 level or just above there with those previous price action, and then see where we go from there on the dollar yen. So let me draw that in. Hey, Come on, there. 105.30-ish. Keep an eye on that price range, dollar yen, possible retracement higher. Next I will move into US oil. 20 minutes video, so it's gonna be slightly longer. Give me a like and let me know in the comments or reply if you like it shorter or longer. If you want to join webinars, tell me what time you are available so I can organize something for you guys. Weekly, monthly, moved down, dropped. We're between those 60 and 40 level, bit fighting. 60 have been since April here, 2015. Now we're bouncing here again from the 50 level. We've been into that 50 FIP from this drop off before. We haven't matched our target here around the 22 level. 2250 is still my target. 2230.93, as you how you call the number, how you see it here. It's come hard into that level, but didn't close above it. So still looking how this line will respect. We still can be bearish below these 60 level, but of course on a slower term momentum we can watch the break of this. If it does, then it will move probably higher, going back onto a retest here. If it keeps closing below, then we can see a drop off into that previous price action 40, have a bit of a range here, or a move lower into my FIP target. That's all I'm actually watching at here daily. We had some triple highs here with some divergence, not the best to use on after this triple move, and then a retest, but still clearly some lower RSI, some rejection past week. If we get a retest into that 49 level, would still be good to look for sell opportunity in my view, sorry. But look for candles closing. If we got green aggressive bars above, it might be more risky, price might be breaking. So I'm watching a 49.50 level. Will we have rejection here? That would make a nice opportunity short. Favoring that, but I let price decide what we will do. 4 hour still ranging, moving higher and lower. So we need better opportunities here to take our entry on oil. Gold. Monthly. This big trend line I've set up, some horizontal lines, moved down, back in. Past weeks in the summer it had a hard time breaking above this trend line. So as we're still bullish on the short term, still retracing a bit lower, might move lower here into that 1279, 1300 level again before we move higher. So that's what I'm looking for to happen. We see some rejection here on the daily candle closing below this pivot with a rejection candle, but the lows are still here around the 50 level. So perhaps on the 4 hour we have some bigger view. Hard to trade because of this big wick of, in light of the Yellen speech last week. So perhaps a move lower. I'm not favoring any setups at the moment. Perhaps we can look for longs here around the 1300 again and let price work its way out here on the highs above here or on the 13 level before we take any trades, or have some clearer price action on the 4 hour charts. S&P 500 monthly, as you know, ranging above. We've got some targets higher actually. Weekly been a bit slowing down. So we might get some bit of retracement. It has been moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks up, so it's not bad to have some retracement here for 1, 2 weeks, perhaps 3, and then look for longs again. So might be in a retracement price, but keep in mind the S&P has always been tricky of moving higher, especially the last weeks, breaking into new highs, fresh highs. But after this 7 weeks up, we might favor some retracement. Also here on the 4-hour, big rejection candle, wide range. Prefer to see some tighter price action for a bit of a building up level to get some clearer level to trade from. So depending on your size and margin, etc., we're in this uptrend, but as I said, watching the weekly, it has been really strong and has been slowing down a bit, closing down lower. So favoring some retracement, but keep an eye on the daily here, the daily closes especially. Perhaps some 4-hour level defining to take any new trades, like those levels. We can draw those in to be a bit of help to us. As you can see, the price action level here and this recent rejection. So look at those levels, 2160, 2178, coming week, and see where we move from there. Alright, 26 minutes in, and I hope you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, TradeReact.com. Go to TradeReact.com and subscribe to my newsletter if you want to get updates like this movie and other fancy opportunities and news that help you move forward as a trader. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great trading week, and I talk to you later. Don't forget to comment. Alright, enjoy. Talk soon.